Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Ittle Dew 2. Let's continue. Ittle Dew 2 Bless. We're going up the long path here, which is just a relatively big area where we're avoiding mosquitoes, I think, more than anything else. That seemingly trying to just have us recognize that these mosquitoes can be a hassle, while not really having them in the game at all anywhere else. We've got tracker level 2 reveals dungeon bosses and chests on the map. Interesting. We continuously get more things, but the more things still feel very additional, supplemental. They don't feel like things that you absolutely have to collect or care about in any real way. Alright. I don't think there's... Don't roll down... Do not roll down slopes with the roll button. Interesting. It does make you roll further. That's interesting. And didn't unlock anything or show anything. I don't think that... Let's see. Are we supposed to just wait until that guy decides to walk in front of the slope and then roll? There we go. Like, you just barely... Okay. So, as it is, we've pretty much done everything. I think we just need to wander to the next dungeon and not be too nitpicky about it. If we see things, we should check them out, but also it seems like a lot of these areas are going to be particularly dangerous. We still need that final ability, and that's the thing we're looking for more than anything. Is when are we going to get that final ability? I feel like the first game was kind of also like that, where it just wasn't particularly kind as far as, or it wasn't particularly well designed as far as that final ability. Unlock, you got it really late. This is where the hot sauce comes from, apparently. This is apparently a dangerous area. They say that every fourth banana feels pain. Interesting. I found one of them strange shards and hid in a cave nearby. Problem is now it's haunted by specters of the old Cowborn thief gang. So that probably put some marker on my map. We can't go into the sheriff's office. Well, the ghosts don't seem like they're defeatable. Although, it seems like you don't really need to defeat them. You just need to avoid their bullets. Apparently this whole area is blocked off. And these are like fake facades. I guess these are supposed to be cows that I'm killing. And I guess we'll just look around. We've got some new guys that seem to want to throw things at us. Another lockpick. I'm wondering if the pickups are procedurally generated around things we find in caves. Now that guy I know is a hassle, so I want to decide whether I want to really deal with him or not. I guess we might as well just look at everything around here. Hey, have you seen my cow bun? It likes to hide under cactuses. So there's something under a cactus. Do we have a way of destroying cactuses? West Hot Sauce Beach, East Old Town, South Scalding Sea. Interesting. Hey, this is a top secret meeting for company executives with high ranking positions in the health potion scam cabal, but you didn't hear that. Interesting, and it's just salsa. Nothing quite like a hot soak after a long productive day worth of tax fraud. I'm not quite sure how my Speedos ended up over there. So this guy's not wearing any Speedos. Interesting. Got a cave scroll. I love crayons. There's some in the northern part of Slippery Slope and in the northwestern Frozen Court. You can see how the game is trying to direct you into going different directions. Also, like they're telling you two different places in every place. That way, every hint you get, that way if you had already seen one of them or collected one of them, you would still be directed to go somewhere else. And depending on how thorough you are as a player, that can mean a lot or mean not much at all. Let's see. Alright, well, was there a cactus over in this direction? These ghosts have two kinds of firing ability, a silver bullet and a golden bullet. Yeah, I think I've probably done everything over in this area. It's time to move to the next section. Got all kinds of cactuses. Yeah, I feel like there's some wasteful design certainly in this. It seems like you can kind of easily just wander through these areas or not even play these areas, and you'd still be able to kind of fast track yourself towards the boss battles. Interesting. And this really is just going to be a matter of don't get knocked to your death. It does seem like if you get hit, you're dead. Even if you're... Because it seems like your character is programmed to just wander off the edge of the screen. Like, because it is just kind of getting bounced in a direction I don't feel like I'm pressing a controller to accomplish. Wow, and that's quite a distance to respawn. It's not really a big deal. It's fairly easy to just roll. But it also kind of goes to show that some of these attacks and some of these things aren't worth it. Alright. Should probably have run at that point. Yeah. Secret shard. Just fall off to our death and get out of that area, since that was a bit more frustrating than it should have been. Moving on. Without getting any coins or XP, there's really no good reason to fight any of these characters, like, or do any of this gameplay. Really, I should just be running towards the end. Someone told me to go where the pepper grows, so here I am. Next to... So we've seen something that says ... next to, and we've seen something that says ... the treasure. I don't know, bananas came in red. See, it seems like there's just kind of some hints, or there's some giant hint system that's going on amongst many things. Let's see where this leads us. There's really not a lot of cactuses, but when you start to hit things like this, it would be a hassle to try and blow up everything. There's the character. But why did I need to find them? Crowns sure taste good. There's some on the western part of the seacoast and on the islands of Fancy Ruins. See how much that made me slide? That's just like a lot of slide there. Now we have another cave scroll. You know, it's a little redundant to... there was more to it than that. It's a little redundant to have spikes on the ground when there's so many other places where you fall to your death anyways. Alright, this is actually going to be fairly easy to do since I already have the flame sword. Assuming I don't just die. to break the table. And then we have to just be fairly careful not to stall too much. Sound test menu, check it out in the main menu. See, did I get that specifically because I've collected all the other collectibles, or is that always in that area? That's the question I would really want to know, and that very well may have been the place that always was. And obviously this tells us there's 2 more areas this way and 2 more areas this way that we're gonna fast travel at. So let's go down this way. Doesn't feel like there's enough variety of enemies. With all these bananas or yellow chilies or whatever they are, feels like we're gonna play a Donkey Kong themed game. Okay. I don't know how we're gonna get around that. Maybe we can do that. Apparently we're just gonna fast run. Okay. So I probably need to wait till this guy is dead, hit that, and then hit that. Who's got the slowest response? I guess that guy did. Yep. And I could waste a lot of time fighting those guys, but I don't know why you would do that when you can just kind of roll to avoid them. So we have Tome level 2. You have a 1 in 2 chance of blocking negative statuses. Which, okay. Again, I'm not sure that that's super helpful. It will be in some boss fights later on, almost certainly, but at the current moment in time, it's not really helpful. Let's see, that's just a teleportation thing. I don't think it's really worth it to try and fight those guys. Alright. And I think mostly you want to avoid taking damage. This is just taking me somewhere else. Yeah, it seems like you have a collection of different people that do projectile attacks on you and potentially do different amounts of damage when they hit you with a projectile attack, but otherwise are attacking you with the exact same style. Then you have your occasional tentacle pop up and frustrate you. Seems also that the game has significantly increased the number of times you're getting these blue hearts that will refill your whole health, and I feel like there's really gonna be a few more of those. And now we're in a completely different area. So this was Pepper Pane Prairie, and this is Pepper Pane Prairie. So it's just a giant map. Feels like there's an overemphasis now on this one area. Let's see. Alright. There's a secret panel back here. The old sheriff's cowbun still sits by his grave. If you have some time, I'm sure he'd appreciate some company. Is there anything else to do here? Apparently not. Was I supposed to do something more to that? I feel like I should. Yeah. I already have a stick, so I don't need one growing around here. We did see a hint that said there was two ghosts in this game. One that came out during the night, one that came out during the day. So let's just give it a few seconds and see what happens. See if there's any stall animation or anything like that. Okay. That happened. Just standing next to the cow bun. We now have a maze of steel. Use the roll button when moving to pass unharmed through attacks, traps, and projectiles. And this again could be quite a challenging area. Also, again, weird that there's spikes on the ground when I'm sure the spikes would kill me just the same. I have an odd flashlight animation that's happening that I haven't seen that happen anywhere else in the game, so that's weird. You have to be fairly careful. I'm not sure I can actually get through this whole area. Yeah, there's a switch in the middle of this whole map, but yeah, by the looks of it, here we go. We've got to really wander through this whole maze. I guess I'm slightly appreciative there wasn't more of that kind of stuff. Now we have headband to level 2. You can deal more damage with projectile attacks too. Also, okay. That was short and sweet. but also useful. Like, not mandatory by any means, but useful nonetheless. So now if I still taking quite a few hits to kill these guys. So I still wouldn't really want to strike out on a challenge against them. I garden bananas. These bananas are mine. I garden them. Hands off. So this is another Ginny with a sickle. See, I wonder if this is a dungeon. It's pitch black in here. Good thing I glow in the dark ever since. Wait up, headband. I hear something in the distance. Sounds like a giant buzzsaws and runaway minecarts and pudding. Really? What kind of pudding? The nasty kind. So this is the potassium mine. Which, I don't know. That's another dungeon that we'll have to deal with later. Because I should just play with these in the right order, I think. And yeah, we're just trying to look. This is just the top of the screen, apparently. It is weird that there are bananas, and then there's like hot sauce, and then there's tortilla chips. It is seemingly just a collection of Ittle's favorite food. Those bananas aren't ripe yet. Phew, between the feral gates and swarms of bees, I'm not sure how I ever made it up here. Those bun boys were no fans of idle conversation either. So. So this feels like this is something that we'll be able to access later, but we're being totally blocked to get through it at the moment. Nope, we just needed to roll into things, which might mean that there's a decent number of things that need to be rolled into. So it's probably worth figuring out here at a certain level whether these saws will kill us completely or if they will just hurt us bad. Yeah, they just hurt us, but then they knock us back a lot too, so that's something to keep in mind. And we continue our journey of going and seeing things that very possibly we don't need to go and see. Let's go ahead and take this path back this way. And that put me over here. Apparently there's a secret passage back this way. This guy doesn't attack, he just does his little animations. I like it. I like this character actually. The screaming's maybe a little too loud, but otherwise he does feel like a very Super Mario 64 type character that you could recognize and see. see in a game like that. I don't know if there's maybe something more you would want to give to him as far as abilities or characterization. Any little bit would probably help a little on all of that. Let's see. I think we're good. See, north is the potassium mine. Have we looked down in this general direction? Yeah, still taking way too many hits to kill these characters. Probably have looked in this area. Yeah, we did. And then there was this hassle. Which we wanted to get through all of this. And see what was over here, I guess. That oddly put us in a different place. So, I don't even know where we are. What is this labeled as? Oddly not labeled. Got a new outfit. Find a changing tint to put it on. Feels like there should be a lot more changing tints in the game. For as many outfits as there are, which there aren't even that many outfits, but it seems like there's enough of them. There's an optional hidden cave around here, but I've been examining this wall for hours and still can't find it. It must be some ingenious trick to it. There we go. Alright, well. So do you think, like, there does seem like there's a way. If I put a bomb here and hit these two. Well, apparently just random swinging of your sword will accomplish that as easily as anything else. It really does go to show that these are just too easy. Too easy puzzles. Optional cave scroll. Curses were supposed to invade this area, but my men deserted me. What's so scary about a bee or two? And more of these guys. More things. There's a label here, large mushroom red, no assembly required, made from 100% mushroom, patent pending. For adventurers, props, dungeons, made to order, call I Carver, Unfortunate Island. Okay. So we do now know where we're going. So we've seen it all. Let's see. It does kind of feel like we are going to have the entirety of this map visited and investigated by the time we're done with this 5th of 8 levels. So it is kind of questionable. It's just like what we do for the last 3 dungeons, other than probably just wander around the world and see if we've missed anything. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of just wander around the world and race through sections. Interesting little areas. Don't seem to mean anything though, or have any secrets around. It does seem to me like there's a secret in this general vicinity. Where are you hiding, secret? The danger now is they've opened the door to the idea of standing in one place. And so standing in one place might be a viable solution. It's probably... Let's see. Seems to be somewhere up this general direction, which would indicate to me that it's there. Okay. The lightning thing seems to do more damage now. How many secret shards do we even have? 18. So we could go back and open the next dungeon even if we wanted to. I don't know if that's a smart move, because we couldn't even defeat the boss in the first dungeon, the first extra dungeon. Let's go this way. I can see my reflection. Oh, it's just a fish with the same hairstyle. I feel like that joke was even used the same before. Another lockpick. We have like 3 lockpicks, which seems like way more than we should have. Then we could kill that fish out of the water, as it were. Up we go, I guess. Wasting time chasing after these enemies. If you told me I had already done 80% of this game, I'd probably believe you. Like, it does feel kind of like we're there at that point. Oh, my hint was something about a red mushroom nearby a green warp, maybe. What you want to hit? Most people around here were hired to give them to adventurers, but that was a long time ago. I kind of forgot mine. Okay. Our cave scroll. Odd that you're getting hints and cave scrolls in the same area. How are we as far as things to do? Yeah, there's still some stuff to do. But it does kind of feel like unless we got the 8 pieces of raft and then the world changed completely, which is about all I could hope for. I really don't think there's any hope anymore for the idea. Wildlife preserve ahead, see the floor spikes in their natural habitat. Yep. Let's see what's up here. Well, this seems relatively easy. That seemed far too easy. Shortcut cave. Let's check this. So it kind of feels like what they've done here is they've specifically put you in a position where you would have had to see most of the map. And I haven't even been using the zoom in button. We may have to use the zoom in button at some point in the future. But like they seem to want you to see that section of the map. That way you know where you are and where to go. Let's see, did we ever see this section? Yes, we did. We are really bending over backwards trying to find content. Yeah, I believe we came in from that direction at some point. You know what? Forget them. They're not worth the hassle. What's this? Long road, lonely road, extremely dangerous. Beware intruders, we are gardening. Take one more step and you shall surely be gardened. So, we now know one last section. As so not worth the hassle. Ooh, this is, speaking of hassle. Like if I did this and this and this, maybe. There's like a whole different timer on this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So these are fairly slow timers. 1. So this one's the last one you have to hit for sure. This one stays for a fairly long time. This one stays for a fairly long time. Even longer. So these. This. This. I got it, even though it seems like the game glitched at that point. Oh man. So it didn't glitch. Interesting. Or it did glitch and I still solved it one way or the other. Okay, well, forward we go. It doesn't feel frustrating, this game. I don't want to give that impression, but I will say it does feel grinding. Just a little arduous, a little unnecessary, a little extra. See, if I push that to there, that's nothing. And I can't roll over the spikes. However, if I need to put this out, bales explode. That's a new one. So the idea, I guess, was to light the stick on fire, do that, use that to your advantage. I still don't know how this would really work, though. If I push this that direction, then it doesn't really do anything. I can do this, and I can do that. I can light that up. I can do that then, and then that there, and then that there, and then that way, and then I guess that way and that way. One more lockpick. 4. It's really a large number. Just stocking up on them at this point. And we're just continuing to wander around. Sometimes in the exact same place we were just moments ago. And the spikes are no challenge, really. These are slightly strong, but not strong enough. Use the roll button when moving to pass through unharmed through attacks and projectiles. So clearly in the game testing, they knew that this game was not in its original form teaching players how to avoid damage using the roll button. And I feel like that's probably some feedback that could have also been derived from the first game. Certainly it may have been a case of that the first game was a bit of a hassle as far as its damage, and now it is just more than willing to give you invincibility frames, or a lot of invincibility frames, frankly. And we've just done so much of this game that, let's see, force wine level 3 now. It feels like maybe we just won't have a final ability, that it will just be the wand, the explosive, and the fire sword. Which, if that's the case, I guess that's the case. It wouldn't really change my mind too much. I thought maybe there was some secrets there, but apparently not. Roll does not stop that. So, yeah, by the looks of it, we've gotten all but a few warp points. We've seen all but 2 areas in the map. We've done the vast majority of collectible things that can be done. And if we look at our loot, we are looking for, I guess, a level 3 dynamite. See, this actually directly says can be frozen with ice attacks. We don't have that ice attack, which seems very, very weird that we would have just been able to miss it so much. It's like, and we have 20 secret shards, so we could get into this next temple. And we might get a level 2 protective amulet. It seems like there's protective level 2 of everything else, at least, if not level 3. And there's clearly 2 more items in the game and 4 more raft pieces. But after that, we are at the end. House on the hill, help wanted. So this is a dungeon, right? A dungeon. I have some moisture problems in the basement, but I'm too lazy to do anything about it. Great, more water. If there's not a room full of health potions somewhere in here, it's gonna get personal. Wait a moment. Is this a water dungeon? We'll have to wrestle with sharks and stuff? You'll be fine. At least we haven't wound up in any literal dungeons yet. What do you mean? Isn't a dungeon somewhere with puzzles, items, and a boss at the end? My contract prohibits me from answering that question. Jeez, I wish I could read. And maybe some explosive traps and undead pirates with cannons for heads. We're in some dude's basement. I think you're expecting a bit much. Flooded basement. Alright. So we're in a flooded basement, not a dungeon by the looks of it. We now, with our secondary tracker, can see all of the collectibles in each dungeon. Not that that really would matter much. Yeah, there's not really even anything else to say, so let's just end this episode here. Yeah, we may very well have to get into an accelerated experience going forward. There's still some health upgrades clearly to get, and dungeons that need to be done, but it feels like the overworld has been done completely. And so unless it's going to do a Zelda thing where there's a alternate version of the overworld, which is the best I can hope for, I don't think we're getting to a secondary island. And even if we did get to a secondary island, it would have to be so incredibly better than this first island that it would be questionable why the first island even is in the game if that were to happen. And I just don't have any faith in this developer to put in that much effort. It does seem like there's just a lot of corners being cut in the design of this game. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.